You are an Article 6 judge under the Michigan Constitution. You have no authority to deprive me of my rights.
See how much authority I have. The court does call the case of the people versus Daniel McGough.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ashley Lottie for the people.
Sir, state your name.
I'm here on a special appearance, Your Honor. McGough is Easy Elastical Trust, registered in Jackson County, under case number 2522246.
Okay, is your name Daniel McGough?
Your Honor, that is the name you seek, and it is copyrighted and trademarked.
Okay, very well. Mr. McGough, are you represented by an attorney, or do you wish to be represented by an attorney on these matters?
I am not.
Do you wish to be?
No, not at this time.
Let me then do this. You have two cases before this court, one being the case ending, let me get the full number, case number 25F40523. In that case, sir, the complaint does allege that on March 27, 2004, you committed the offense of operating while intoxicated. Do you understand what you're charged with?
I do not.
The judge called the case of the people versus Daniel McGough and asked the defendant to state his name. McGough insisted he was making a special appearance and that the name Daniel was copyrighted and trademarked. When asked if he had an attorney, he refused and said he didn't want one.
You do not understand
There is
that?
no eyewitnesses or corroborating witnesses at all.
I'm not asking whether or not the proofs are there. Do you understand what you are charged with?
I do not.
Do you understand the notion of drunk driving?
I do not understand how I could be charged with something without a witness.
Your other cases when you represent yourself, so we'll just do it.
Are you talking about the case that's in federal court right now,
You
Your
are
Honor?
before a complaint in that case for a charge of operating while intoxicated, third offense. Because it's a third offense, that is a felony. It is punishable by up to $500 to $5,000, up to 1 to 5 years incarceration. The court can order probation, 30 days to 1 year in jail, or at least 48 hours must be conserved consecutively. The court can also order community service, rehabilitative programs. The court can also order your vehicle immobilized, can order you to pay the cost of the prosecution, as well as the cost of any emergency governmental services.
As I am here and as a trust, Your Honor, I am here in exclusive equity. Exclusive equity.
You count 2 on that complaint is the charge of operating while license suspended, denied, and or revoked. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail, $500 fine plus court costs, and your vehicle could be subject to immobilization.
My license is
Count
canceled,
3.
not suspended or revoked. It is
Count 3
canceled through the state
on
of
that
Michigan.
complaint
Canceled.
is the charge of escape from lawful custody. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year, a $1,000 fine.
I was never arrested or read any Miranda rights accordingly.
Given that the defendant is talking in English, that
The judge explained the charges: operating while intoxicated, third offense, a felony punishable by up to 5 years in prison. But the defendant claimed he did not understand and argued there were no witnesses. The judge clarified additional charges of operating on a suspended license and escape from custody, to which McGough responded that his license was canceled, not suspended, and that he had never been arrested or read his rights.
he understands English, understands the nature of those charges and what he's charged against.
So malicious prosecution by
wishes
Washington
to
County
represent
prosecutor as
himself.
usual.
Sir, there is great peril in representing yourself. You will be held to the same standards as anybody apply. Or
This is a matter under the Eastern
not
District of
assist you
Michigan
in
Federal
any
Court.
way, or
Case
show
number
you any
2511226.
favoritism because you are not. I would further indicate, sir, that at any point during these proceedings, if you wish to be represented by counsel, you can make that request to the court and counsel will be appointed to represent you. Because of the defendant's conduct in the past, in not acknowledging the court and what the court is saying, the court does make the presumption that he does speak English. He understands that. I would further state on the record that Mr. McGough has been through this process before. He does understand that if he does wish to be represented by counsel, the court would give him counsel or would have counsel appointed to represent him in this matter. In the case 25F30979, in that case, sir, you are before a complaint that alleges that on or about July 3rd of 2025, count 1 is fleeing and eluding 4th degree.
Added on by the
Police
prosecutor's
officer.
office after the
Sir,
fact.
that is a felony, punishable by up
Malicious
to 2 years
prosecution.
incarceration and a $2,000 fine plus court costs, mandatory suspension by the Secretary of State.
My Secretary of
two
State, anything
is
is canceled. I have no contracts with the state of
vehicle.
Michigan.
That is a misdemeanor
This
charge.
is a matter of trust, Your Honor. This is a matter of trust. I am protected under a
90
trust.
days in jail, a $100 fine plus court costs.
The judge then reviewed new charges, fleeing and eluding, no insurance, and refusal to test. McGough argued that all his registrations were federal, that he had no contract with the state of Michigan, and that he held an international driver's permit. When asked if he wished to continue without a lawyer, he said yes, but demanded to know whether the judge was an Article 3 or Article 6 judge. The judge told him to look it up, prompting McGough to complain that his law library access had been cut off.
Count 3 on that complaint alleges operating a motor vehicle without security. That is a misdemeanor, not punishable by not more than 1 year incarceration and not less than $200 nor $500 fine plus court costs. Count 4 is operating while license suspended, denied, and/or revoked. That is a misdemeanor.
All of my registrations are through the federal government. I have federal government registration. I do not have contracts with the
Vehicle could
state.
be subject to immobilization. Count 5 on that complaint alleges refusal to obey
I have an international driver's
police
permit.
officer. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days, $100 fine plus court costs. I would indicate to the defendant the same admonishments regarding the perils of representing oneself that I stated in the other case also apply to this case.
Were you served your
And that
notice
if
and
the
summons yet, Your Honor?
wishes to have counsel appointed, the court would consider or would appoint counsel to represent him in this matter, and he apparently wishes to proceed.
Were you served your notice
Having
and summons
notice
for federal
of
court?
the charges, sir, do you wish to still proceed without an attorney?
I just want to know, where do you get
Do
your
you
powers?
wish
Are
to
you an Article
proceed?
3 judge or an Article 6 judge?
During the bond hearing, the prosecutor described how the defendant had a diplomat plate, refused to identify himself, had multiple pending cases including another OWI, failed to appear in court before, and even missed a jury trial. She confirmed there was a bench warrant in another court and requested the bond be increased to $50,000 in each case, along with GPS and alcohol monitoring. McGough responded by calling all charges void and accusing the prosecutor's office and the court of malicious prosecution.
Where are
Do
your
you
vested
wish to
powers? Can you
proceed
answer
without
that?
an attorney?
You can't even answer
look
me
it
what your
up.
powers are.
You can look it up.
No, you guys disconnected my access to any kind of law library or anything. You are an Article 6 judge under the Michigan Constitution. You have no authority to deprive me of my
We'll
rights.
see how much authority I have. I will assume that you wish
This is
to
a matter
proceed
of
without
trust.
counsel. I will assume you wish to proceed without counsel and that you will wish to continue to proceed.
Practicing law from the
until you
bench.
inform the court otherwise. Ms. Lundy.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is the court completed the arraignment for the record at this time? on both
Well,
cases?
he had been arraigned. I was just admonishing him of the perils of representing himself and that it requires in part that I let him know what he is charged with. And I've read them kind of in fully, more so than I would have because he refuses to acknowledge those. So I am satisfied that he now knows all of the charges that are against him.
Thank you, Your Honor. The people would like to be heard on bond when appropriate.
What do we want to set this for? Do you wish to have a preliminary examination, sir?
This is a matter of a federal matter now, Your Honor, under case number 2511226, under the Eastern District of Michigan, under the Honorable Mark A. Goldsmith and Magistrate Judge David R. Grand. There is no proceeding here, Your Honor.
There is no proceeding. Oh, there's a proceeding.
Well, malicious prosecution is what the proceeding is.
Okay, very good. Do you wish to have a preliminary examination?
There's no proceeding, Your Honor. This is a matter that should be stayed.
The judge ruled that, based on the defendant's history, risk to the public, and repeated noncompliance, bond would be raised to $50,000 cash in each matter. The requested GPS and alcohol tethers were also granted in case bond were posted. As the defendant continued to call the charges frivolous, the judge closed by stating, "That's the court's order."
And
What is
dismissed.
the people's position on whether or not we should set this for a preliminary examination or adjourn the probable cause?
Your Honor, I don't know if the defendant has received all discovery in this matter as he is representing himself, so I would request a probable cause date potentially.
Because you've got to send it.
Yeah, and who restricted my
So,
phone
probable
calls?
cause Conference, you know what?
Who?
You're gonna have to stop interrupting. I will give you an opportunity. You've been before me before. I will give you an opportunity to say whatever you want to say. But I'm not gonna have you interrupt me and I'm not gonna have you interrupt the people when they're talking. As long as you were saying.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have to get there's video evidence in addition to the paper discovery. I've got to make arrangements with Lieutenant Arnett to work on that. So it may take just a bit longer. I would potentially look at the 7th, maybe, if the court would have entertained that. And then I will wait to be heard on bond when the time is appropriate.
I will adjourn the probable cause August 7th, 2025, 9 a.m. as to bond.
Your Honor, I've been reviewing ex-jail and I wanted to double check if the defendant had been arraigned. It's not clear to me from a couple of different things, but it does appear that he has been set with a $10,000 bond in 25F30979, as well as 25F40523, each $10,000.
Yes.
Your Honor, I do think it's important that the court have some additional information, and I would like to ask the court to revisit the issue of bond. First and foremost, I think it's important the court know that the facts alleged in the newest case, the 25F30979,